Blocks and exception trapping. In this chapter, we will look at certain aspects of blocks and exception trapping, a block being a chunk of code, and an exception being an error or something that we decide to pop out of that block based on a trap. In other words, trap the error, trap the exception. We will look at certain types of errors that get trapped. Compilation errors. When you're running a compilation, you're trying to push a piece of code into something like SQL Developer and there's an error. It will give you a compile error, a syntax error. We can trap runtime errors, which means that when we don't have a compilation error, there's no syntax issue, but there's still a problem with the code, we can actually trap the error during the running of that piece of code. There are certain types of exceptions, including internally defined exceptions, those within Oracle. Predefined exceptions are those defined within Oracle as well with names. User-defined exceptions that the programmer can define himself or herself. And we can also redeclare predefined exceptions. We can change them. There are things that we need to know about exception behavior, such as propagation. How does an exception behave when it triggers? What happens? Can we retry those exceptions? Or can we retry after an exception has occurred? Continuing, what happens when we don't handle an exception? How do we display errors related to exceptions?